Students at Sunnyview High School, Marcia, Posey, Teddy, and Kylie lost their lives over the course of only 3 weeks. Marcia drowned in a pool, Posey was burned and poisoned, Teddy was strangled, and Kylie was drowned in her own blood. All were marked with numbers written in a blue lab marker on their arms. Come to a conclusion after much investigation that all of these crimes are connected to one of 5 students. These 5 students were all present during the murders, but who is the one responsible and what is their motive? Emily's prank gone wrong springs this line of murders, and we are trying to find out why. Let's start with the horrible prank and then murder 4 students. Coming soon on this episode of Nearly Gone.
A high school named Emily Reinhardt was recently found unconscious after the soccer game last night located at Northampton High. She had been stripped naked, painted yellow and blue, and was left under the bleachers. The yellow stood for the Northampton team and the blue for her home team, Sunnyview. Eyewitnesses claimed to have seen her last walking to the bathroom when the game ended. They thought nothing of it, and after testing for the use of drugs, the results came back positive for Rufinov. This would mean that Emily was definitely drugged before the incident. If we can find the source of the drugs, we can find the prankster. However, there was something that stood out to me. There was the number 10 written in blue lab marker on her right arm. Detectives are puzzled as to what the number means. A list of suspects we have include Vince DeLamorio, Lonnie Johnson, Thomas Wiles, and Jeremy. Vince is captain of the soccer team and our first suspect. This is mainly because Vince's jersey number was 10 and matches the number written on Emily's arm exactly. Some might see this as a coincidence, but as a precaution, we are taking everything seriously. When talking to Vince, he acts like he is the center of the universe. However, the only reason Vince can be crossed off the suspect list is his alibi. Here's Vince's recording.
Where were you after the soccer game last night?
I was celebrating with my team. Wouldn't you throw a party after you just won 4 games in a row, bro?
Sure. Yeah. Do you have evidence to prove you were celebrating with your team?
Yeah, ask Jeremy Fowler. He's the nerd that took a picture of me for the newspaper. Oh, and my team, but they're not that important. Can I go now? I got a date with my girl, Kylie.
You can go after you answer my last question. When was the last time you saw Emily?
Well, the last time I saw her was right before the game ended. She did her last cheer for the soccer team with her squad, or whatever you want to call them, and then she went to the locker.
These are really good points for Vince. He has an alibi, he knows where the victim was last seen, and he was semi-cooperative with me during the interview. However, just to make sure everything checks out, we found one of his teammates that was sitting on the sidelines to interview. Here's Sam Brown. So tell me about what you experienced during the game yesterday. Who was there, who wasn't there, and basically anything you noticed.
Well, I woke up that morning with a sore throat. Excuse me. And Coach said it would be best for me to sit out during the game. So all I remember is everyone was there. Oh, and the cheerleaders too. All of them were there.
Emily too, or?
Oh yeah, she was definitely there. She's the cheer captain. She goes to every game.
Oh, so when was the last time you saw Emily?
It had to have been the last half because she was totally rocking that cheer pyramid. It was really too bad I had to sit out.
So, was Vince there too at the game?
Of course, he's our team captain.
Was he at the after party too, or?
Definitely, he's always like the party. He wouldn't miss it for the world.
Talking with Sam had no useful information whatsoever regarding the Emily, but he did clarify that Vince was definitely with the team after the game. This then clarifies that Vince wasn't involved with the prank. Next witness is a senior named Jeremy and could possibly even be a suspect. He attended the game the night Emily was found and might give us crucial information on if he saw anything fishy at the game. Tell me in your own words what your experience of the game last night was.
Well, the whole soccer team was there because they were planning on doing the end of the year school pictures afterward. And I was planning on putting their 4th win in a row as an article in the newspaper too. That picture made the front page and the headlines. However, it took me a while because Vince didn't like the way his hair looked and threatened me to take another one. 5 pictures later, then it was perfect. So, that was it.
So, you were the school's photographer then, is that right?
Yes, officer, that is correct.
Did you ever see Emily after the game?
Yes, I took her picture, and that was when the game had just ended and she was coming off the field.
Very interesting. Do you know anything else as to what happened to Emily after the game? Maybe seen someone suspicious?
No, officer, I was mainly focused on the east side of the school with the soccer players.
After speaking with Jeremy, Vince, and Sam, it seems that nothing really unusual happened at the game until Emily was found under the bleachers that night. No one saw anything to indicate who did it, but there was two leads that were discovered recently when we began to look at Nearly Boswell and Lonnie Johnson. How was Nearly able to predict the incident with Emily? How was Lonnie connected to Emily at all? And how could the finger be pointed at Lonnie and Nearly when they hadn't even gone to the game in the first place? Next time on Nearly Gone.
In this episode, an 18-year-old girl by the name of Posey Washington suffered from a chemical burn and was close to being killed. She was found in a bathroom stall at the state fair, barely holding on to life. She was drugged around lunch in her water bottle by Rufinol, the same drug that was put in Emily's water bottle. Posey was burned by hydrofluoric acid, causing her respiratory system to become very weak. A number was burned into her arm, leaving a white oozing trail tracing the number 3. This leaves a very shocking feeling because both Emily and Posey's injuries connected through being drugged and holding a number on their arms. What I am trying to target now is who we know that would have possession of drugs at the time. I will also be adding Nearly Boswell as both an eyewitness and a suspect, which also includes the person who was present at the time, TJ, or Thomas Wiles. The number one factor in this case should be the drugs that have been provided in both Emily Reinhardt's and Posey Washington's event. Lonnie was forcefully brought in by this point in the investigation because we had hard evidence showing Lonnie sells ketamine, Rufinol, and other drugs. In fact, we already have an undercover detective to spy on Lonnie. It is now known there is a list of roofie buyers, and Lonnie is not willing to share that with us because that would make him look unprofessional.
Hello. Hello, my name is Officer Harmbuck. Is Lonnie Johnson?
Yeah, you called me, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, I guess.
So, Lonnie, did you attend the soccer game against Northampton last week? If not, where were you?
There was a game last week? No, I was, bowling. Yeah, I was bowling with my buddies, yeah.
Obviously, that was a huge lie to cover up a meeting we set up with one of our agents. Through much research and investigation, our undercover officers were tasked with getting the drug list from Lonnie. This list shows all of the potential buyers for Rufinol and will reveal who drugged Emily and Posey. Today, we aren't going to get that information out of Lonnie. That is what Agent W is for. Alright, so you didn't attend the game and was bowling instead. What about the field trip last night? It says here that you were on the attendance record for being there. Where were you exactly 30 minutes before the pickup time?
I was over on the east side of the park.
What were you doing on the east side of the park? Were you with anyone to account for you being there?
Yeah, I was with my friend, Reese. We were checking out the park. There was a lot of, cool rides over there.
Is also known as Agent W and is one of the best undercover narcs our system has. But of course, Lonnie has no idea. He just thinks Reese is overly interested in Rufinol and has enough to pay for a ton of it. Next, we interviewed a girl named Nearly Boswell. She seemed to be one of the two people in the bathroom stall with Posey when we got there. She also could be connected to Emily's case too. Here is Nearly. Go ahead and have a seat.
Am I in trouble, officer?
No, you're not in trouble, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. Is that all right?
I guess.
Do you remember where you were the night of the soccer game when Emily's incident occurred?
Let me think for a moment.
Oh, I was at home with my mother. She didn't have to work until late that night.
Do you know anything relating to Emily? Did you know her well?
Well, I was tutoring her so I could get hours for my chemistry scholarship. I didn't know her personally, but I did know that she needed help with math.
Is there anything else that you can think of as to why this would happen?
Well, there is this one thing.
Yes?
Something in the paper did say something about it.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it said what was going to happen before it happened. It said, Newton was wrong, the class was yellow, find me tonight under the bleachers, and that was all.
Wow, that was interesting. Well, I also have a question to ask about what happened at the state fair last night with Posey.
It started like a normal field trip at first, but then the whole thing with Posey happened.
But you were in the bathroom with Posey at one point. What events were leading up to seeing Posey in the bathroom?
Well, I guess I just really had to use the restroom, and then Jeremy tried to stop me. And then I accidentally elbowed him in the ribs. And that's when I saw the crowd around the bathroom. I knew something was up, so I went inside, saw Posey in the most scarring state I've ever seen. Next thing I knew, Jeremy was dragging me out. Apparently he really didn't want me using the restroom at the state fair.
Was Jeremy with you throughout the whole night of the state fair? How was Jeremy rushing to pull Nearly out away from Posey's body? That is something that a human would stop and stare at for a second, and yet he wasn't even fazed. In your own point of view, can you tell me what happened at the fair the other night?
Sure. I was walking with Nearly to the buses because they were leaving soon. I guess we were having a moment, and I was just getting ready to spill my feelings for her when she had a look of realization in her eyes. I thought she felt the same way, but when she sprinted away from me towards the bathrooms, and like an idiot, I chased after her as she elbowed me in the ribs. I guess she really had to pee. After that, I slowed down a little and felt kind of hurt inside, you know? Like I was mentally slapped in the face, and I followed behind her. When I got to the bathrooms, it was crowded with people screaming, and I feared the worst. I had thought Nearly was hurt. I bolted into the girls' bathroom and looked around for Nearly when I found her next to Posey's body. I thought she was dead. Oh my gosh. That had been the grossest thing I've ever seen. Poor girl. Her skin was all white, and it looked almost like it was bone, but it was oozing, so it had to have been pus. I felt like I was going to lose my lunch. And that was when I dragged Nearly out kicking and screaming. I was afraid that she would be affected by the chemicals that were still in the air. It was too bad, really, because Nearly had to find another person to tutor to be able to classify to get the scholarship she needs.
Wait, did you say scholarship?
Yeah, she wants this chemistry scholarship to be able to go to college. It's weird, because she was tutoring Emily, too.
Next time on Nearly Gone.
He was found with a bag over his head.
He went to the bathroom and never came back.
Some girl named Nearly was asking for Teddy at the front desk before he was found dead.